Hi, good morning to all. Let us study a new poem. That is Childhood by Markus Natten. Have you heard of him? You may not have heard of him. He is an Australian writer, born in the year 1975. I mean, that means not so that old, just 45. Okay, now still young. We can say he may write still many more poems we can expect. Best known for his book Thief. His name, no? Thief. Anyhow, an Australian writer. Okay, and the poem we had studied is Childhood. So when I saw this poem, when I read it, what came to my mind was a poem in the 10th class state syllabus. Those who studied state syllabus will remember. Can you say what it is? Once upon a time. Just recollect the ideas there. A father asking his son at the end to show me how I used to be once upon a time. That innocence and all lost forever. Now he has become just like anybody else, all hiding hypocrisy and all. Is not so? Once upon a time, his childhood, he recollects once again how he was, how innocent he had been once upon a time. Do you remember that? Yes, just recollect that. Somewhat same idea also is here. Almost somewhat same idea. Let us see what the poem is about. When did my childhood go? When did my childhood go? He realizes that his childhood is gone. He is no more a child. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the day I stopped to be 11? That means when I crossed the age of 11, can I say I lost my childhood or my childhood is gone? Can I say like that? He is asking himself, when was that I lost my childhood? Was it the day when I ceased to be 11 years of age? Can I say that I lost my childhood when I crossed the age of 11? When was that I lost my childhood? Actually, just to think yourself, when we call a child as he or she, can you say, when do we call a child as he or she? See, when it is too small, we won't call it a he or she, we'll say it. Just crawling on 4 legs, the child, we won't call him, okay, out of love we may call him by a name, he and she and many others, we may call out of love. But independently, objectively thinking, can we call him call it as him or her? No, he won't call. So we consider it as it because just like an animal, is it not so? It cannot be called an individual. We cannot say that it has got individuality, personality, etc. We cannot expect also. We are not expecting also. For example, a small child, when it is very small, it does not know what to do. If it sees a fire, a candle burning, it will catch it. Is it not so? Or agarbatti burning with smoke and nicely it will smile and come and climb towards that table and try to catch it and put in the mouth also. Really? That is why small children are to be taken care of very well. Because you will even catch at crawling creatures. Is it not so? Small insects and all, it will be moving, it will catch it. Because it does not know what to do and what not to do. It does not know what is right and what is wrong. If it sees a pool of water, it will jump into it. If it sees a pool of water, it will jump into it. Then somebody will go and catch it and keep it by, or sometime if it is getting an opportunity, it will jump again. Irrespective of the scolding or whatever is given, is small punishment also given, so no problem, again it will jump, same thing. Whatever is done, it is again repeated. Why? It does not know what to do or what not to do. Then, when can we call that child him or her or he or she? When do we call? Or sometimes slowly, Parents may be scolding or something, so you realize that fire is dangerous and water is something that we can drink and okay, but we cannot jump into the pool of water. It slowly begins to realize what to do and what not to do, or in a way understanding what is right and what is wrong. He begins to think using his reasoning power. So man is a rational animal because he can think using the reasoning power. Man is the only creature in the whole universe who can think reasonably. Reasoning power is there only for man. Though the child gets the reasoning power gradually. Some things are forbidden, some things are permitted. So you will be starting to do those things which are permitted and stopping to do those things are not permitted. Slowly the child gets his reasoning power of reasoning. You see what is right and what is wrong. The moment he receives, it is able to understand what is right and what is wrong. We can call he or she a reasoning power. Then he becomes a man. Until then, it is not a man. Just like an animal, that's all. Just like an animal. How do animals behave? Same way it will be behaving. That's why you have to take care of small children very, very, very carefully. Does not know what is right, does not know what is wrong. That's why. So he gets the reasoning power. Man is a rational animal because he can think reasonably. He has got the reasoning power. So some children will get it earlier. Okay, maybe 3, 4, 5. Some will get 5, 6, 7, 8 also. You can understand now. IQ. Okay, is there more in some, less in some? You can understand. Okay, so the poet is asking himself, when did my childhood go? When can I say I lost my childhood? When can I say, was it the day I ceased to be 11? Is it the day when I stopped to be at 11 years of age? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? Another realization is there. I cannot find the answers of my religion. English language always will have Christian background. So children are taught in a catechism class where religion is being taught. Okay, they are taught that 3 words are there: hell, heaven, and purgatory. 3 are there. If you do good things, you will be sent to heaven. If you do bad things, you will be sent to hell. In between both, there is another world, purgatory, where if you are doing minor wrongs, sin, papam, okay, small ones, you will be sent to purgatory to cleanse yourself, means healed from all your sins and all. Okay, then after that, those who are in purgatory can get promotion and go to heaven also. 3 words are there. So children are taught in their childhood. Heaven, purgatory, and hell. So with this knowledge, children will go to the school and they will learn many other things which they have heard, they have never heard before. That the earth moves around the sun. Previously they might have thought that the earth is flat, now it is round. Then they are told that man is a product of evolution. Evolution theory. Charles Darwin made a wonderful revolution in the by introducing the theory of evolution. So from amoeba to modern man, there is many stages, and the process is still going on, and there might be a Superman after some time. Who knows? Whether he is there or not also, we don't know. Because after every stage is crossed, the previous one will be there. Amoeba is still there now, and all the fishes, birds, animals are still there now. Yes, there will be, as man has evolved from all these things, there can be a Superman in some other place, some other planet, who knows? There may be, there can be, or it may come at later stage also. So, slowly, he begins, to believe more in science and less in religion. So, then he is later realized that he cannot get the answers of religion in science or mathematics. Is it not so? That he believes. So his belief does not need any proofs and evidences. It is belief, his faith. So he realizes that I realized hell and heaven could not be found in geography. Geography, physics, mathematics, chemistry, anywhere he cannot find. Those answers of religion cannot be found in scientific books or in science. I realized. See, is that the day I can say I lost my childhood? See, when you are children, you are told that many stories are being told. From the story, one lesson will be there, moral will be there. Is it not so? Two people were quarreling, they stole their this property, they lived a luxurious life, they lived a very bad life. At the end, they were sent to heaven. Sorry, into hell for the bad living. Other two examples will be told, they were living a good life, etc. They were sent to heaven. So, this story is being told, children have some moral in that. So, after listening all these things, they come to school where they learn all scientific theories and principles. And he realizes that my questions related to hell and heaven could not be found in geography or in science books. And therefore, could not be. Yes. See, hell and heaven could not be. He begins to believe in science more than his religious teachings and his knowledge about hell and heaven. He begins to believe more in science than in religion, etc. and etc. Was that the day? Was that the day when I realized that this hell and heaven could not be found in geography? That means my answers or my questions regarding religion cannot be found in science books, scientific books, or in my education. I realized, I began believing more in science than religion. Was the day that I can say I lost my childhood? Second stanza. When did my childhood go? He is asking again, when did my childhood go? Where it was lost? Was the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be. Adults, grown-up people, they appear to be so gentle, preaching great things, which they are not practicing. It is easier said than done. Advice can easily be given, but to do or practice them is difficult now. Yes, was the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be. They seemed to be gentle, but actually not gentle. They talked of love and preached of love. They talked of love and preached, they taught of love, but did not act so lovingly. But they did not act so lovingly. So they will preach many things, they will say many things, but they would not practice that. Is not so. They would not practice what they preach. So they preach about love, but they did not behave lovingly. Was that the day? Was that the day? Was that the day that I lost my childhood? You see, when I realized that these adults are telling so many wonderful things, they don't practice that, only teaching. So, advice is the cheapest thing that someone can give, See, he won't practice what he is preaching, is it not so? Simply advising. Yes. So, the child realizes that adults are teaching about love, but they are not behaving lovingly. Was it the day that I lost my childhood? When did I lose my childhood? When did my childhood go? Again, stanza number 3. He is asking, when my childhood I lost. Was it when I found my mind was really mine? I realized my mind was really mine. It is mine. To use whichever way I choose. When I read this line, I remembered, a lesson state syllabus, our Abdul Kalam, his father told, to his mother, but your children are not your children because they have their own individuality. You can give your love but not your thoughts because they have their own thoughts. Is it not so? Now that is quite meaningful nowadays. Why? Because parents are deciding anything and everything for the children. Is it not so? After 10th class, after intermediate, what subject to take, which course to follow, who decides? Generally parents decide for the children. They are not given the freedom also. Actually, it's good that they guide them, but parents should not be, that much deciding everything and putting their thoughts into the head of the children. Should not do that. Should be free enough to take decisions for them. It's their life now after all. After all, it is their life. Is it not so? They have to decide. Of course, guidance can be given. Yes, your life is not your life. You can give them your love, but not your thoughts. You cannot put your thoughts into their head. See, Abdul Kalam's father advised, told his reluctant mother, reluctance for what? Permitting him to go to a district headquarters. You remember now, 10th class, state syllabus, is it not so? My childhood. Yes, same way. What is here? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? There was a time I realized that my mind is my mind. My mind is mine. Slip of tongue, sorry. My mind is mine. See, I should not follow blindly by the words of someone. Maybe teacher, maybe parent or elder or someone, whoever be. My mind is mine. My thoughts are mine. I should think in the proper way. I think for I am, says Descartes, a great philosopher. See, my thoughts make my personality, not my body. Is it not so? If I get a bulk, heavy body, I don't become a great personality. Is it not so? My mind, my thoughts, I must be able to control my thoughts. Thoughts more important. Even great wars happen first in the mind of man. I repeat, great wars occur first in the mind of man. In his mind there is a enmity and grudge and hatred. Slowly he turns against and slowly it may come or it may become a war also. It takes place in the mind of man. So one day a child realizes that his mind is his own. Yes, he has an individuality, personality, and his mind is his own. See, was it when I found my mind was really mine? To use whichever way I choose. I must be able to choose, and use it whichever way I choose. I must be able to use it whichever way I choose, I prefer. Yes, producing thoughts that were not those of other people. See, my thoughts will be different from others. The basic principle of philosophy is that I am different if not superior. The difference gives me my personality. See, I may not be that much intelligent to get equal mark with the first rank holder. May not be. But I have some other qualities which he has not got or she has not got. So I am different from him and from her. The difference gives me my personality. Remember that. I am different if not superior. The basic lessons, one of the lessons of philosophy is this. Every human being is different. Man is a unique creation. Every human being is a unique creation. Unique means what? Unequaled. Nobody is as equal as him or her, he or she. Is it not so? Even twins are different now. Maybe shape, some similarity may be there, but in character entirely different. Some similarity may be there, but difference is more than similarity. Yes, this difference give me my personality. So my mind is entirely my own. It is not somebody's. So I should not follow blindly. Even my parents know. So I should not. Okay, I should think of myself and take my own decision. It is my life, my mind and my life. I should make the decision for me. Is it not so? Was it the day I lost my childhood? I ceased to be a child. When I realized that, what is that? I found my mind was really mine. Was it the day when I realized that my mind was mine? To use whichever way I choose. I can use my mind in whichever way I choose, I prefer. Yes, producing thoughts that were not of those people, but my own and mine alone. Was it the day? He's asking. Where did my childhood go? Last stanza. It went to some forgotten place. He realizes that my childhood is gone to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. Yes, I can still realize my childhood is hidden. It is there in an infant's face. It is there in the face of an infant. As I grew up, as I became a grown-up man, I lost my childhood, but it is still there, hidden in in the face of an infant. That is all I know. That is all I know, that my childhood is still there, hidden in the face of an infant, in the face of a child. That is all I know. All what I know is this: though it is lost and I am no more a child, it is still there. You see, in the face of an infant. So he realizes that that stage is gone, has moved from childhood to adulthood, but it is still there. In the face of children, it is still there. You see, that is there. That my foundation, my basic, it is still remaining there. So, where did my childhood go? Where it is gone? It went to some forgotten place. I feel that it is gone. to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. It is hidden in the face of an infant. That is all I know. All what I know is that though I have crossed over childhood and became a grown-up man, it is still there in the face of an infant, hidden. As I can see it, I can read it, I can understand it. My childhood is still remaining there, you see, in the face of children. Yes. Once again, go through the poem and see the questions at the other side of the textbook. Identify the stanza that talks of each of the following: individuality, see also, rationalism and hypocrisy. Hypocrisy of grown-up people. Is it not so? They speak about love, etc. But they are not behaving lovingly. Okay, na? Rationalization. Oh, rationalism. Okay, na? Rationalism. Okay. So he realized that what's that? See, heaven and hell cannot be found in the books of science, etc. That is rationalism. Then individuality. Individuality is when it was that his mind is his own. Okay, na? Yes, and he can use it in whichever way he likes. Okay, na? Yes. Find out which are the stanzas that deal with individuality, rationalism and hypocrisy. I repeat once again, grown-ups are hypocritic, acting to be someone else, that's hypocrisy. Okay, now pretending to be someone else is a hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, rationalism. He realizes that religious things or other things, heaven and hell cannot be found in the science books, okay, or in education. Individuality, he realizes that he has a mind, an individuality, okay, of his own, that is fully his own, does not belong to anybody else. Okay, now? Yes, go through the poem once again, and if there's a doubt, let me know it, I will clarify. Thank you for watching. For more updates, subscribe my channel, SGK English. Thank you.